Well, hello.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been about 10 years probably since I've posted and made a YouTube video. So here we go. A lot has changed. I've learned a lot. I decided I was just gonna make a YouTube video for this drum programming stuff because it seems like it'd be easier, but we'll see how this goes. This took almost 2 hours just for me to get set up and ready to do this. So let's see how this goes. Hopefully I'll be able to find a faster way to keep pumping these out. But anyways, as you can see, I'm wearing this ridiculous coat. So now that the clicks have been baited, let's begin. Okay, so I already started doing some of the drums and guitars, but we can just go over that from the beginning. Again, I am using the Brooks Wackerman kit. It sounds incredible. I don't really have to do much in terms of mixing or anything, so it sounds incredible. The only thing I don't love about this is how quiet the China is. For some reason, even at full blast, full velocity hit, the China's like really quiet. But anyways, let's just listen to what I have so far. Of course, at this point in the band, I was playing the drums. So when I was drumming, I took it serious to the point that I thought it was cool to write my parts and not just, you know, some drummers just play whatever they play and that's what's on the record, which is also cool. I just thought it was a cool personal challenge as a teenager, I guess, to come up with the exact parts that I was going to play every single night that we played this song. So a lot of my earlier influences, especially from drumming style, is definitely going to come from mostly like Travis Barker and the Rev. So I incorporated a lot of Rev style into the chunk, the meat and potatoes of my drumming for chasing. I liked to use Travis's influence on the little things, little intricate things that you might not hear unless you listen to just the drums only or really focus in. I liked putting in little random fills that had little things here and there that almost like sounded cooler, but weren't actually harder to play. Basically, it's just about placement. So where I would place certain hits that I found interesting. So enough talking about it. Let's just listen to see what we got. So, just right off the bat, I'm trying to remember when Jimmy and I were writing this, and I think I just wanted to come up with a part that kind of followed what the guitars were doing. So, to an extent, I am, you know, like that starts with it's all rhythmically locked in. I kind of don't remember what exactly is played, or if even Jimmy does, but for the, there's like a stop, and then there's a drum fill in between, and I kind of just that whole part was just like, I don't know what he was playing rhythmically, so I just kind of did whatever, and it ended up being this. So it's kind of weird, but I thought it was cool and it fits. And then after that, there's like a weird so drummers can translate what I just said, but I basically just said what the drum part is. That's how you speak drum. It's pretty easy. So let's move on to some more cool fills, I think. So here's an interesting little example of where I relate this to almost like, what's that song by Blink? Adam's Song? All the drums during Adam's Song are so cool because they're just random little cymbal anomalies that really spice up the song and make it much more than just like a pop punk song. So I tend to take that as one of the first times I heard someone do things like that in my experience. So I gravitated towards that and put a lot of that into my drumming when I was drumming for chasing. So this is one of those fills that is kind of similar or makes me think of that. So it's not that big of a difference, but that random China in the middle of the rest of that fill, I really liked it. I thought it was cool. And that's what I was kind of referring to, where China's a little too quiet in this programmed drums. And if I were to really, really go into this, I would probably bounce each, maybe kick, snare, toms, and overheads, and just kind of mix it better there. But for the sake of this, I'm telling you right now. So little bonus. You get to listen for that. So here it is again. Yeah, just that little whoops. It's like I'm following the guitars, and then there's a perfect space for some little flourish to complement the guitars. Otherwise, I'm trying, at least. I've actually never analyzed the song this deeply, but I'm trying to keep my parts to doing what they should be doing, which is just keeping the beat. But I always thought this little flourish of with the China was really cool. Okay, so let's move on a little bit. Let me find another spot to go to. This kit doesn't have a splash. It only has like a stack effect symbol and then a couple other effect symbols. But I used another effect symbol instead of the splash because I think in the original recording there's a little splash there. But this is really simple, just keep time on the rim click and or rim, whatever the frickin' heck they call it. This kind of stuff, once I reprogrammed it, is really just copy paste, especially for karaoke version or recreation. It needs to just get the point across. This was kind of an interesting fill. What does this sound like to you? This upcoming fill into the second verse. Okay, I just realized I programmed it. Okay, I just realized I programmed it wrong. That's another thing. With this particular fill, the toms are really quiet and they should be louder, but I don't think, yeah, they're all the way up. Anyways, so this is the actual like drum programming. It's very boring. That's why I'm surprised a lot of you voted for drum programming to see it. But anyways, so this is like the MIDI grid where all the hits and stuff happen. Whoops. This is your kick, snare, cymbals, other cymbals, toms. Anyways, you place little markers here and they trigger the drum sound. It's pretty cool. So now I'm learning this. What I have it now is but it's supposed to be so it's faster. So the way I redid this is literally just played it slower. And then I can play this at halftime. See, the second toms are coming in too late. So it should be bum bum instead of bum bum. So let me fix that real quick. But I'll do it slow. Okay, that's easy. So just moving these over. All right, so this is what it's supposed to sound like. So this kind of thing, actually, now that I hear it slower, I'm pretty sure where I would hear something like this is probably from the Rev. Just kind of going down the toms and going back and forth between the China and ride. So back and forth between China and ride, just keeping that going the whole time. But the change up is kind of what makes it interesting. And then in between that is just those tom hits, and the kicks are just going 16s the whole way through. So here, I'll play it again really soft or slow. So this is it at full speed. So now go listen to the song again and you'll be able to hear what I'm actually playing. So then it goes into the next verse, of course, and it's pretty much the same thing up until the bridge, which is as far as I've gotten. So that's it for today. Stay tuned for the next part, maybe. I'm gonna go ahead and work on this a little bit more, and then we'll see you next time. Thanks for checking this out. See ya.